bam 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 bam. Na 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 now. Born in chains, but my spirit's untamed. They offer comfort, but I spit in the face of the shame. Been walking this earth with my head held high. Rather die on my feet than live on my knees and comply. Freedom ain't given, it's taken with blood. Every word that I speak is misunderstood, but I'd rather be hated for speaking my mind than love for the lies that I leave behind. Freedom before the breath that I breathe. Death before dishonor, that's the creed I believe. If living means bowing, then I'll choose to be gone. My principles stand from the dusk till the dawn. They build pretty cages with invisible bars. Trade your soul for a house and a couple of cars. But every night when the darkness descends, the man in the mirror asks where your freedom ends. I've seen kings turn to puppets on strings. Heard the song of compromise that the traitor sings. Give me one honest enemy over 1,000 fake friends. I'll walk through the fire where the pretense ends. Freedom before the breath that I breathe. Death before dishonor, that's the creed I believe. If living means bowing, then I'll choose to be gone. My principles stand from the dusk till the dawn. Graves looking better than this gilded cage. History remembers the brave, not the sage. So when they come for my voice and they silence my sound, my body may break, but my spirit's unbound. No compromise, no surrender, no backing down. Standing my ground when the weak hit the ground. I walk through the valley where the cowards all flee. The price of my freedom, the death that I'll meet. So carve on my stone, he never bowed low. He faced down the devil and told his foe no. The chains may be broken, the body's in dust, but freedom's eternal when you're willing to trust. Freedom before the breath that I breathe. Death before dishonor, that's the creed I believe. If living means bowing, then I'll choose to be gone. My principles stand from the dusk till the dawn. Or death, there's no other way. From the cracks in the pavement, from the alleys unseen, where the forgotten sleep and the nightmares convene. They emerge when the clock strikes its final chime. The soldiers of doomsday defying all time. Not born of a mother, not raised by a hand. Forged in the darkness of a dying land. No banners they carry, no anthem they sing. Just the silence of judgment that sorrow can bring. From the shadows they rise when hope turns to dust. The soldiers of doomsday betraying all trust. No uniform marks them, no rank to be found. Just purpose eternal on scorched, hallowed ground. Hallowed ground. They walk through the ruins where empires fail. now. Witness to prophecies ringing like bells. Each step that they take leaves a footprint of dread for the living who wish they were already dead. Their eyes burn with fire, their hearts turn to stone. They've seen how the story ends, they've always known that kingdoms of men are just castles of sand, waiting to crumble at fate's cruel hand. From the shadows they rise, when hope turns to dust, the soldiers of doomsday, betraying all trust. No uniform marks them, no rank to be found, just purpose eternal on scorched, hallowed ground. Hallowed ground. No bullets can stop them, no armies can hold. The stories of their coming are ancient and old. They move like the mist through the blood-soaked streets, completing the mission that destiny completes. Some call them angels, some call them the end, but they're just the beginning and not here to pretend. Here to remind us that all that we build will return to the ash from which it was willed. They don't choose a side, they don't take a stand. They're the great equalizer across the land. The rich and the mighty, the poor and the weak, all tremble before them, all turn to the bleak. They've seen every tyrant, every saint fall the same. Witness the ending of glory and fame. They're the final reminder that nothing lasts long, that right and wrong both end in the same final song. So when you see shadows when no shadow should be, when you hear whispers of what's yet to be, know that the soldiers are drawing near the end that you've dreaded, the end that you fear. But there's peace in their coming, there's rest in their wake, for all the forgotten, for all the forsaken. They're not here to judge you, they're not here to blame, they're just here to silence the flickering flame. From the shadow they rise, when hope turns to dust, the soldiers of doomsday, betraying all trust. No uniform marks them, no rank to be found, just purpose eternal on scorched, hallowed ground. Silent they move through the dying of light, bringing the darkness, ending the fight. The soldiers of doomsday, born of the shade, the final procession, the last parade. They stand before us, these faces of fear, these hollowed out souls who clutch their chains like precious pearls. They speak of safety, of comfort, of the warm embrace of servitude. They offer us gilded cages and call them homes. They offer us poison bread and call it feast. And we who remember the taste of real wind, the feel of unshackled earth beneath our feet. We are the madmen in their eyes. They tell me my defiance is a death sentence. They are right, I am sentenced to die. But what they fail to grasp, what their comfortable hearts cannot comprehend, is that they are already dead. They are ghosts haunting their own lives. Their spirits bled out drop by drop in exchange for one more day of ease, one more night without fear. They have traded the magnificent terror of freedom for the quiet horror of certainty. They have traded the chance to fall for the certainty of crawling. Look at them, they breathe, but they do not live, they walk, but they do not stride, they speak, but their words are not their own. Every action is a permission slip signed by your master. Every thought a potential crime against the order that keeps them fed and fat, and that's all they call this life. I call it a slow rotting death, a decay that begins in the soul and works its way outward until the body is just a hollow shell, a puppet dancing on strings it has forgotten are even there. I would rather have one single sunrise drenched moment of true freedom than 1,000 years of their existence. I would rather die on my feet, fighting for the right to speak my own mind, to love whom I choose, to fail on my own terms, and live for an eternity on my knees, my head bowed, my spirit broken. What is the point of a heart that only beats with another's permission? What is the value of a voice that can only echo the commands of the powerful? They will kill me, of that I have no doubt. They will drag me into the light and make an example of my defiance. They will say, see what comes of those who cherish freedom above safety. See the price of madness. But let me tell you the truth, they are so desperate to bury the moment I chose to defy them. The moment I chose this path, I was already free. The body is a temporary vessel, a fragile shell of meat and bone. It can be broken, it can be bled, it can be burned to ash. But the spirit, the will, the unquenchable fire of liberty that cannot be chained, that cannot be killed. It is a spark struck in the darkness, and once lit can never be truly extinguished. My death is not an end, it is a statement, it is a testament, it is a seed planted in the barren soil of their control, and from it a forest of rebellion will grow. So let them come, let them bring their swords and their chains. I will not flinch, I will not beg, I will meet them with a laugh, for I know a secret they do not. I am already free, and there is no power in heaven or on earth that can kill that. My death will be a battle cry, echoing long after their names have turned to dust. I die free! Can they say the same as they live? In the silence of your room, when the shadows start to loom, and the weight of all your doubt feels too heavy to live out. When you've stumbled, fallen, failed, and your spirit's grown so stale, and the voice inside your head whispers you are better dead. But listen close above the noise, there's a different sweeter voice, not of anger, not of shame, but a love that speaks your name. You are not alone, you never were. Beneath his wings you're secure. His love a fire burning bright, an endless holy living light. No condemnation, no more fear. For God, the Almighty holds you dear. He numbered every hair upon your head. He knows the words you left unsaid. He saw you in your mother's womb. He swept away your sinful gloom. There is no place you can go where his spirit cannot flow. No depth too deep, no height too high for his love to satisfy. So listen close above the noise, there's a different sweeter voice, not of anger, not of shame, but a love that speaks your name. You are not alone, you never were. Beneath his wings you're secure. His love a fire burning bright, an endless holy living light. No condemnation, no more fear. For God, the Almighty holds you dear. Turn away and leave you out in no dismay, but the creator of the stars healed your wounds and healed your scars. With hands that bore the nails and wood, he makes your broken spirit good. His grace is not for you to earn, it's a gift, a holy sacred bond. Yeah, I'm scrolling through my phone another day in the abyss. Watch a man with conviction take a stand, I gotta admit. Charlie Kirk at that college, surrounded by the rage. Heard a shot ring out, but he stayed on that stage. Not just talking points, but taking a bullet for his beliefs. While I'm here in my comfort, avoiding all the grief. I can't even stomach a debate with someone misled. He faced down a gun and kept words in his head. He was a better man than me, that's the painful truth. Standing firm in the fire while I'm searching for my youth. If they shoot the one who's willing to talk it through, what hope is left for me who won't even talk to you? I build my walls high with pride and intellect. Won't waste my breath on those I intellectually disrespect. But he stood there bleeding, still trying to reach minds, while I'm here judging who's worth my precious time. The irony cuts deep like that bullet in his flesh. I call myself brave, but I've never been put to the test. He walked through the valley of ideological hate, while I'm standing on the sidelines thinking it's too late. He was a better man than me, that's the painful truth. Standing firm in the fire while I'm searching for my youth. If they shoot the one who's willing to talk it through, what hope is left for me who won't even talk to you? See, I've always been the type to dismiss and debate, to walk away from conversations I think are a waste. But what's the point of being right if you're silent in the storm? What's the use of knowledge if you keep your ideals warm? That man took a bullet for what he believed in his soul, while I'm here in my echo chamber, afraid to lose control, afraid of the confrontation, the wasted energy, when he faced down a weapon for his philosophy. He was a better man than me, that's the painful truth. Standing firm in the fire while I'm searching for my youth. If they shoot the one who's willing to talk it through, what hope is left for me who won't even talk to you? Maybe courage isn't about who's smarter or more right. Maybe it's about standing up when you're tested in the fight. Maybe it's about bleeding for the words you need to say, even when you know the other side won't see your way. I've been hiding behind my intellect like it's a shield, too proud to engage, too smart to yield. But real strength is in the struggle, in the messy debate, not in the fortress of certainty I built to keep me safe. So here's my confession, my moment of clarity. I've been a coward hiding behind my own superiority. If he could face down a gun and still speak his mind, then I can face down my pride and leave my comfort behind. I'm ready to be the hero if that's what it takes, to stand for my beliefs no matter the stakes, to bleed for my words if that's what's required, to step in the fire when my soul's been fired. Charlie Kirk was a better man, and I see that now. But heroes aren't born, they're made somehow. So when the time comes and the bullets start to fly, I'll be standing there ready to live or ready to die. For what I believe in, for the words I need to save. And if it costs me everything at the end of the day, death before dishonor, that's the path I choose. Better to die for something than live with nothing to lose. Dun 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 guy. Dun 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 dun. Jungle breeze. Jungle breeze, a humid sweat. Chopper rotors cut the wet. M16 on silent check. Every shadow is a threat. Charlie's in the razor grass. Another soul is built to last. In the heat, the moments pass. Nothing built is meant to last. Heartbeat pounding in my chest. Put the enemy to the test. Can't outrun the coming test. In the jungle laid to rest. Gas, mask, ice, burn. Tunnels, hell, no turn. Agent orange sky of rust. Turning dust to ashen dust. Napalm paints the morning red. Brother lying, almost dead. Letters home that can't be said. Living with the walking dead. Purple rain on the trees, bringing enemies to their knees. Burning memories like these, carried on the hot breeze. No more running, no more praying, only killing, only paying. Phantom in the undergrowth, soul on the ciphers. Oh, hollow point and hollow eyes beneath the ashen skies. Does the rain wash out the stain, or just bring the ghost of pain? In the quiet after the fight, just the darkness and the night. Ashen sky, washed in red. Nothing left but the dead. Dun 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 dum 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 Another dawn, the air is cold, the standard flies and snaps. A legion iron shield wall tight along the northern gaps. Faces staring from the trees, painted with the rage of forgetting gods. We are the war, the law, the light against the coming tides. But the whispers in the ranks speak louder than the tribal cries of emperors in gilded halls who've forgotten our sacrifice. The foundations crack, the marble stains from the rot that breeds within our own domain. The eagle's gaze is growing dim. Watch the world we built grows from without the barbarian blows. Iron and rust, a vow made in dust. The eagle falls on broken wings to the sound of crumbling things. The pay is late, the grain is thin, the generals fight for a throne, while we stand guard on bleeding earth, forever left alone. Saw a prefect yesterday take a bribe to look away, as the Goths cross the frozen stream to steal and slay and prey. A discipline of finest steel, now sold for silver and for wine. The honor of the legion, just a ghost on a shifting line. The foundations crack, the marble stains from the rot that breeds within our own domain. The eagle's gaze is growing dim, watch the world we built give in to sin. Iron and rust, the empire turns to dust. From within the cancer grows, from without the barbarian blows. Iron and rust, a vow made in dust. The eagle falls on broken wings to the sound of crumbling things. The aqueducts run dry, the temples stand in shame. I see the wolves now walk the streets, they whisper my own name. This crimson cloak, this tarnished crest, all that I have left, a final stand, a warrior's end, a kingdom bereft. For a dream that's already dead. For a dream that's already dead. Iron and rust. Iron and rust. Dum 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 down. Dum 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 down. Dum 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 down. Down down down. The world is a wolf, and I am its teeth. There is no truth in the meat hall, only the hollow promises of men who fear the bite of steel. They speak of peace, of harvest, of long winters by the fire. They speak of weakness, and it curdles the blood in my veins. I have tasted the sacred flesh, the caps that grow in the shadow of the world tree, where the roots drink deep from forgotten battles. The first bite is a cold fire in the gut, the second, and the sky splits open. The runes on my axe begin to glow with the light of a dead star, and the whispers of the All-Father thunder in my skull. He does not speak of love. He does not speak of forgiveness. He speaks of the storm, the crash of shields, the song a man's soul sings as it is ripped from his body. This is the true vision. This is the clarity the weak men fear on the battlefield. Under the sacred influence, I see the world as it truly is, a glorious burning tapestry woven with sinew and bone. The splash of blood is not a tragedy, it is the most vibrant paint on the canvas of existence. The scream of a dying man is not sorrow, it is the final pure note of his life song. They call us berserkers, madmen. They are right, we are mad with the clarity of the gods. We are mad with jaws. No mercy in the winter's frost. No mercy in the sea that drowns the frail. Why should there be mercy in the heart of a man who seeks to honor his ancestors? To die in battle with your axe in your hand, in your enemy's heart on your blade is not an end, it is a translation. Your flesh fails, but your spirit, forged in rage and glory, is carried to Valhalla by the Valkyries. You will feast and fight and feast again until the final battle comes. This is the promise. This is the only truth worth carving into a man's soul. So let them tend their fields. Let them cower behind their palisades and pray to a God who weeps. I will walk the edge of the world where the air is thin and the gods are close. I will eat of the sacred mushroom and see the cosmic dance of slaughter. I will laugh as the world burns, for in the flames I see the reflection of my own immortal war-born soul. I am the storm. I am the war. I am the hatred of weakness, and I am beautiful. Dum 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 dum. Yo, let me drop this real quick from behind the counter. Check the mic, 1, 2. Dum downs, dum downs. Dum downs. Dum 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 down, dum down. Yo, 7 in the morning, clock and punch the time card. Smell of frozen patties, man, it hits me real hard. Hairnet on my dome, apron tied up tight. Gonna be here 10 hours under the fluorescent light. First car in the drive-thru, it's a soccer mom van. Can I get a number 3 with the Diet Coke? That's the plan. Bag it up, drop the fries, gotta keep that line moving. Corporate breathing down my neck, no time for grooving. Welcome to Chain Name. May I take your order, please? Say it with a fake smile while I'm scraping up the grease. Spill some shake on the floor, slip a hazard, watch your step. Minimum wage for maximum stress, that's the deal I accept. Lunch rush hits like a tidal wave, ticket spitting out the screen. Extra cheese, no pickles, hold the onion, make it quick and clean. Manager yelling, times are down, we need more upsells. While I'm burning my arm on the grill, going straight to hell. Customers complaining about the wait like I'm just standing here. Don't see me sweating in this kitchen, overcome with fear that I forgot someone's ketchup. Now they're coming back to the counter, complaining to my boss, making my whole day a mounter. Got some dude yelling about his burger being cold, like I got time to check each one before it's sold. I just take the order, make it quick and push it out the door. Quality control's a joke, we all know what they're here for. Break time's 15 minutes, got a scarf down my free meal. Same damn burger I make all day, can't even taste it for real. Back on the line, deep fryer bubbling with that golden brown grease. Another 8 hours gone, my mind is looking for release. Clock out time is near, I can almost taste that freedom. Hands smell like onions, my uniform's my kingdom. Yeah, I serve the masses, they're quick fix for their hunger. But in this fast food world, I'm just another number. So next time you roll through, think about the one making your meal with the fake ass smile, trying to keep it real. We're the backbone of this billion-dollar machine, but when it comes to respect, we're barely ever seen. Fast food life, man, it ain't no glamour. Just trying to pay my bills, avoid the drama. Behind this counter, I'm serving up the nation, while I'm dreaming about a better situation. That's the real talk from the kitchen. Yeah, you want it with extra sauce on that. I walk through the valley where promises wither, where handshakes are ghosts and words turn to slither like snakes in the garden of what used to be a forest of integrity, now dead as can be. I see hollow men wearing crowns of deceit, selling their birthright for a temporary seat at a table of vultures who pick at the bones of the honor that once guarded all of our homes. But I'll be the last ember in the ashes of time, the final keeper of a reason, a rhyme in a world gone mad with the fever of ease. I'll die on this mountain, my soul at its peace, with my spine like an oak that the storm cannot break, with my word like the stone for the ages to stake. I'll go to my grave with my honor intact, a relic, a memory, a simple pure fact. They've traded their backbones for comfort and gold. They've traded their courage for stories they're told by merchants of emptiness, dealers in doubt, who convince them their conscience is what it's about. Their promises shatter like glass on the floor. Their loyalty shifts with the winds in the war. They stand for nothing, they fall for everything, like puppets whose cut strings just dangle and swing. But I'll be the last ember in the ashes of time, the final keeper of a reason, a rhyme in a world gone mad with the fever of ease. I'll die on this mountain, my soul at its peace, with my spine like an oak that the storm cannot break, with my word like the stone for the ages to stake. I'll go to my grave with my honor intact, a relic, a memory, a simple pure fact. In tempest, a candle in night, a bastion of truth in the endless false light. They call me a fool for the path that I've chose, for the fire that burns and the river that flows through veins of conviction, a bloodline so deep that the compromises of shallow men cannot creep into the fortress where my principles dwell. I'd rather be lonely than live in there. Them in boardrooms and halls of power, like flowers that bloom for a single brief hour, then wilt in the heat of the smallest test. Their character gone, put to eternal rest. They've built their own prisons with gilded bars, traded their crowns for a handful of scars, from battles they fled, from the oath they betrayed, while their hollow reflections are all that they made. I, the last wolf howling at the moon of a world that's forgotten its strength, its own tune. I am the last mountain they cannot move, the last river that runs with the power of truth. I am the last star in the light polluted sky, where constellations of conscience have learned to die. I am the lost whisper in the scream of the crowd, the last voice of reason that isn't alone. That isn't alone. So let them come from me with their swords and their fire, with their ridicule, scorn, with their taunts and the liar's desire to break what is left of what once made us great, to extinguish the flame that illuminates fate. I'll stand like a cliff face against the tide, with nothing to lose and no place left to hide. I'll bleed out my honor on this battleground until the last traitor has finally been found. When my body is broken and laid in the earth, my honor won't die with the end of my worth. It'll live in the wind that howls through the trees. It'll live in the hearts of the few The man who refused to be sold, who stood like a giant when others would kneel, whose honor was stronger than iron or steel. I'll go to my grave with my head held up high, a king in my kingdom beneath the same sky. I'll die with my honor, I'll die with my name, a fire eternal that nothing can tame. Bum 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 beneath the scorching desert sun, where crescent banners proudly run, a Christian knight with steel-clad hand defends the faith of his homeland. His shield bears cross, his sword holds light to stand against the endless night of foreign steel and ancient creed. He plants his faith like holy seed. The lion roars, the hammer falls, when righteousness defends the walls. No Saracen blade can pierce his might when God's own glory burns so bright. The battle rages,
steel on steel,
for holy ground and wounds that heal. The Muslim warrior, fierce and proud, his war cry echoes long and loud. He charges forth with scimitar, believing victory is near. The knight stands firm, his faith complete, with prayer and strength both sharp and sweet. He parries blows that seek to kill, his righteous anger stands so still. The lion roars, the hammer falls, when righteousness defends the walls. No Saracen blade can pierce his might when God's own glory burns so bright. The battle rages,
steel on steel,
for holy ground and wounds that heal. With every strike, the heavens part. The knight finds strength within his heart. The Muslim falls, his strength undone, before the cross, before the sun. The dust now settles on the plain, where holy battle was ordained. The knight kneels down in prayerful grace for victory in this sacred place. The lion roars, the hammer falls, when righteousness defends the walls. No Saracen blade can pierce his might when God's own glory burns so bright. The battle rages,
steel on steel,
for holy ground and wounds that heal. What's a man to do when the night is young and the possibilities are endless? What's a man to do? What's a man to do? What's a man to do when the night is young and the possibilities are endless? Another Tuesday night in this dead-end town. Same faces drowning in the same old sounds. I'm leaning on this bar stool, feeling cheap. My wallet's light, but my desires run deep. Bartender pours another watered-down shot. I scan the room for something I haven't got. A smile, a glance, a reason to stay. Maybe tonight I won't be thrown away. My confidence is bottled, ready to pour. Just need one chance, one shot, and nothing more. I want big boobs and cheap drinks tonight. My pickup lines rehearsed and feeling right. Last call's coming, but I'm not done yet. One more chance before the sun has set. I want big boobs and cheap drinks tonight. My pickup lines rehearsed and feeling right. The bartender's watching the jukebox plays. Another Tuesday night slips into haze. I see her sitting with her friends across the way. Laughter bouncing like the neon display. She's got the curves that make my vision blur. My brain shuts down and I can only stare. I practice in my head what I might say. Did it hurt when you fell from heaven?
No, that's cliche.
Are you tired? Cause you've been running through my mind. Another shot of liquid courage, I'll be fine. My confidence is bottled, ready to pour. Just need one chance, one shot, and nothing more. I want big boobs and cheap drinks tonight. My pickup lines rehearsed and feeling right. Last call's coming, but I'm not done yet. One more chance before the sun has set. I want big boobs and cheap drinks tonight. My pickup lines rehearsed and feeling right. The bartender's watching the jukebox plays. Another Tuesday night slips into haze. Maybe it's not about what I can get. Maybe it's not just a physical bet. But the bar lights flicker, the moment's gone. Back to the rhythm till the break of dawn.
Who am I kidding? That's not why I'm here. I'm just another animal.
Driven by fear. Cheap drinks, big boom, big up line. 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 Drink, 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 drink. Cheap drinks tonight. My pickup lines rehearsed and feeling right. Last call's coming, but I'm not done yet. One more chance before the sun has set. I want big boobs and cheap drinks tonight. My pickup lines rehearsed and feeling right. The bartender's watching the jukebox plays. Another Tuesday night slips into haze. Time to go home, buddy. Time to go home, buddy. Bam 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 bam. My beautiful dome. Step into my den where the darkness breeds. Got a collection of witches that the devil deceives. Each one more wicked than the last, but then they find curves that could kill in a twisted mind. One's got eyes like embers burning bright, another's got a smile that haunts your night. They practice their craft in the pale moonlight. These evil babes make everything feel right. Then the witch is my private collection, behind closed doors, beyond all detection. They look like angels, perfect and hot, but they'll drain your soul till you're left to rot. Then the witch is my addiction complete. Succubus souls with bodies so sweet. They suck out my life with each sinful kiss. In this den of witches, I'm trapped in bliss. I'm trapped in bliss. The raven-haired one reads ancient runes, while the redhead dances naked to haunting tunes. The youngest one whispers spells in my ear as my greatest doubts and fears disappear. They brew potions that taste like sweet wine, while weaving their fate with threads so divine. They promise me power, pleasure, and pain, then drain me slowly again and again. Then a witch is my private collection, behind closed doors beyond all detection. They look like angels, perfect and hot, but they'll drain your soul till you're left to rot. Then a witch is my addiction complete. Succubus souls with bodies so sweet. They suck out my life with these sinful kiss in this den of witches. I'm trapped in bliss. I'm trapped in bliss. I know I should flee, but their cold touch is all I can see. They've marked me as theirs with the symbol of flame, and I'm just a moth gone through their deadly flame. Each night weaker as they take what they need. This addiction to evil is my only creed. Then the witches where I'll decay until there's nothing left of me anyway. They'll find another soul to consume in this den of witches. This velvet tomb. Yeah, this den of witches. My beautiful doom. Bam 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 bam. Silent screens flash warning signs. Missile trails across the skies. The leaders safe in bunkers deep, while common people cannot sleep. The rhetoric turned to threats. Now nothing's left but to regret. World War III, the final chapter of humanity. Brother against brother, nation against nation. Radiation clouds block out the sun. The war that no one thought would come. World War III, the end of everything we know. Cities burning orange glow, families scattered by the blow, children hiding underground, while the world makes its final sound. The button pressed, the code confirmed, a lesson no one ever learned. World War III, the final chapter of humanity. Brother against brother, nation against nation. Radiation clouds block out the sun. The war that no one thought would come. World War III, the end of everything we knew. History. History repeats its bloody rhyme. Another war, another time, but this one's different. This one's